Hey scrappers, it's Vanessa here with another scrapbook process video, and today I am back with layout 2 for the 12 Days of Christmas Hop, and the theme for day 2 was Christmas Past. And so I am going to scrapbook a picture of my two kids on Christmas Eve about 2 years ago. And the first thing I'm doing here is I am taking the stamps that I purchased from Chamel this year, her Christmas stamps, and I am going to stamp them on this little label, and then I'm going to emboss them with some silver embossing powder here. And there you see, I just did the stamping. I'm going to go emboss that off camera because I don't have my heat gun plugged in where I can film. And so I'm just going to have that a little embellishment piece that just has the date, or the year I should say, on it. Now this layout comes together extremely quickly because I am using pattern paper for my background. I really don't have to do anything to it because it already sort of has a sort of marbled background. So I am just taking some tinsel Heidi Swap Color Shine, and I am just going to do some splatters here on the background. This is a very old mist, and so it is very thick, I am noticing. I am going to do those splatters in silver, and then I have this spray, and it is, I don't even know where it came from, but it's basically just a clear color. It just has a little bit of sparkle, so that is going to dry clear and just add just like a little bit of glitter to the layout as well. And so now I'm just showing you all the bits and pieces that I pulled for this layout. All the holly that I'm using for the embellishment clusters, those I cut from a piece of pattern paper. And most of the pattern papers, I believe, that I'm using for this entire layout today is actually from Kaiser Craft, and I showed it there just a second ago. I forget the name of the collection, but I think this came out last year or the year before as one of their Christmas collections. Excuse me. And so I'm going to use that for my pattern papers for this layout. So like I said, because I am using pattern paper for my background, and then I'm just matting my photos with some more of that pattern paper, I have that polka dotted stripe. This layout comes together really, really quickly. So I'm just going to go and cut this polka dotted paper down, and that is going to go behind my photos as well. And there are my photos again. They are two photos of my kiddos on Christmas Eve. One is them sort of wrestling by the Christmas tree, and then one of them actually sort of posing somewhat nicely there in front of the tree in a moment that when they're not, you know, beating up on each other for whatever reason. And so that is what I'm going to scrapbook today. And so now I've just taken a doily, and because my background is drying off camera, I am just going to build my clusters here on my mat. And I have a doily that's going to go on the top and bottom of the photos, and then I'm going to take all of those little holly berries and leaves that I fussy cut, and I'm just going to create some embellishment clusters. So there you see my background has dried. I did go ahead off camera and glue everything down, and then I felt like it still needed something, so I did run 2 lines of stitching around the layout in just some white thread. It's either white or silver, I honestly can't remember, but I did put that around the layout as well just to add some additional texture. So there you see I also added an additional cluster up there on the top left. Again, it was feeling like it was missing something if I didn't have something there at the top. And so I'm going to now work on my title. And I will say that I normally I would have put my title a bit differently than I have it here, but I wanted to balance out the green letters and the red letters. So you're going to see here in a second that how my title is going to come together and how it reads. So basically the title for this one is just going to say Christmas Eve Photo Fun. Now normally I would have put the Christmas Eve on the other side. The word Eve would be on the other side, and then photo would be underneath Christmas, and then fun would be on the other side. That's typically how I probably would have written it. However, I wanted to balance that red, and I didn't have enough letters for the other words. So this is what I went with. Now to finish it off, I do add some red puffy hearts to each of the clusters, and then I just take a few of these green sequins in a couple of different green colors, as well as some reds, and I'm just going to sprinkle those throughout the sort of diagonal cluster that I have going on this layout. And with that, I am going to glue those down off camera, and we are going to call this one done. So please remember, I will have the links to everyone who's playing along with day 2 in the description box down below. There's both Instagram and YouTube videos for you to check out. These still photos are coming up here, and with that, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.